Hi guys, in this video I explain access levels in Java. There are 4 different access levels: public, protected, none, and private. These are ordered by the least restrictive, which is public, to the most restrictive, which is private. Now in Java there are 3 different access modifiers, which are public, protected, and private. These are keywords where we can set an access level on an object or a method of a class. When we don't specify an access modifier, it goes to the default access level, which is marked here as none. Now in this video, I only focus on public and private. Protected and none are related to an advanced object-oriented mechanism called inheritance. I cover that separately. Now let's get started. By default in Java, every class is in its own .java file. And typically this is marked public. Public class and then an identifier. Public simply means that this class can be used and accessed anywhere in our program. And even beyond our program, anywhere in any other program that uses our classes as a jar file. For example, if we create a library. So public can be used anywhere. There are no restrictions whatsoever. Now inside the class, we can now define variables. If I define a variable, for example, let's say int speed, this does not specify an access level, so it would be default. Now if I do specify an access level, for example public, this could be accessed anywhere. To better demonstrate it, let me create a second class here called program, and this defines a public static void main function. And here I create an instance of this class by calling the constructor, and now I have the object and I can call it speed. So this one works fine. Let's say I use speed equals 0. This one works fine. Now if I change this one to private, I get an error here. I can no longer access it. I limit the access with private to only the class. So private can only be accessed within this code block of the class definition. Since this is outside the class, I can no longer access it. Now what I could do here is, for example, add a method, and I call this speed up, and pass in some mph, and then use an assignment to assign the mph value to the speed. Now this one is public, so public again can be accessed from anywhere. So if I do public speed up, and I speed up here to 50, this works fine because it's public. Now I just mentioned that speed can be accessed from only inside the class because it is private. It really means only inside the class. So to better demonstrate this, I create a second car object, car2, and I declare a method here called copy speed, and expects another car object, right? This is other. What I do here, speed equals other.speed. So we can see I can access it directly on the other object. So it's not only we can access it inside the object, we can access it in the class. The speed variable here belongs to this object. The speed variable here belongs to this object. So we can access it inside the class, not just on an individual object. And so here what we can do is car2 copy speed from the first car. And so now they both drive at the same speed. So the 2 accessibility levels, one is private, only inside the class, one is public, anywhere. The other ones, as I mentioned, are related to inheritance, which I cover elsewhere. Now, the reason for access levels are related to information hiding, an advanced concept in object-oriented programming, which I cover in a separate video. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a better understanding of the difference between private and public. Thank you for watching.